All right, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on another edition, the special live edition today.
Live, woo!
Lunch Out Loud Ottawa, episode number 116. And before, we're the podcast that talks to the people, places, and events and music that make this city of Ottawa the incredible city that it is.
It's amazing.
And before we get to our very special guests, Jay and Kat from Hidden Harvest, why don't we check this out?
Hi, my name's Hamish, and I'm in a band called Bearshark. I've got a great mustache and a bright future ahead of me. I'm also playing a show with my band this Saturday at the House of Targ. That will be April 25th. Then in 1 month, we're playing again at the House of Targ on May 21st. We're going to be raising funds. We're going to be raising funds for feminine hygiene products. And these feminine hygiene products are going to be used by homeless women all over the city, because homeless people get their periods too. When you're not working at your work, you can find us online at facebook.com/BearsharkBand.
All right, thank you so much for that awesome intro, Bearshark. So that was the title, or that was Man Gone Shady from their latest album, the Bearshark album.
Awesome. You can grab that on iTunes as well, so go ahead and cop that, because the whole CD is really, really good.
Yeah, that's a rocking CD.
It
like
is.
You would say, hey, why don't they open for, what's that, the band again?
Black Keys.
Black Keys.
Black Keys. They
Turn
sound
around.
like they got a good
So we got
tune
some
with them.
awesome music just like that. So, of course, we're going to hear more from Bearshark coming up, as well as Jenn from foodiePrints at halftime. She's going to be talking about Vibrant. It's a show that's going on at the 2015 OVCC Spring Arts and Crafts Show, which is cool.
Oh, wow. And
she'll be talking about the very interesting, the second PoutineFest of Ottawa this year. First one was at the University of Ottawa.
Yeah.
This one's on Spark Street, where it was last year.
Oh, there you go.
And next week we have another PoutineFest.
Really, you can't
Les.
have too many PoutineFests, I don't think.
This city loves poutine, and you know what? Tourists will start flocking from around the world for Poutine Month. And
We'll just change it to Poutine Town.
Yeah, why not? Let's get it going like
All
that.
day, every day.
That's going to be bad. They're so close.
All right. So we're very excited to be with Jay and Kat, my good friends from Hidden Harvest. I see Jay absolutely everywhere, and we love to talk about things we can do better in the city, because we're very passionate about the city, and it's always a pleasure talking to you. So it's great to share your story with the masses today.
Thanks,
Cool.
yeah, we're super happy to be here.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, and so really glad to announce for the first time that our next big project will be making poutine rotis. I think that's where we're gonna hide the poutine is gonna be in a roti wrap, so you can just get that. Wouldn't that be amazing?
That's a good idea.
You bite in. You could, it could be portable. You just bite in.
It's like portable poutine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Without that, slopping it all over your face. That's
What
great.
about poutine calzone?
That's right, poutine calzone.
Yes.
We don't need to harvest trees anymore. What are we doing harvesting
I don't
trees,
know.
Katrina?
I don't know.
All right, hey, harvesting trees is a noble cause. Like what we like to do with all of our special guests, of course, every week is get to know favorite spots. So I thought with you, what are some of your favorite spots in Ottawa that are kind of sustainable food or might use some of your Hidden Harvest products in this city?
Well, West End Well is a big one. They just released a batch of brew that they made with some of Hidden Harvest's hops. So a lady contacted us, said there was a hops plant in their yard that was going unharvested, and so we hooked them up with the West End Well.
Yeah, and Sam actually contacted us at the West End Well. He's a head chef there now, I believe, and he's like, "Yo, you guys got any hops?" And it was like within one day, a woman was offering her hops.
Did you know, or did you put it out there?
No, it was totally independent.
Totally
Yeah.
Because isn't it pretty random that hops they don't really grow too wild, do they?
No,
like you pretty much have to get clones and then grow them, right?
Well, you can cut a little cutting. Once they start growing, they want to grow.
Yeah, they're like a weed,
they grow like
right?
mad. Yeah. They'll go from a 1-inch shoot to climbing over your house in one season.
Really?
Oh yeah. Hops
beer
are
drinkers
serious.
everywhere are just their minds are boiling right now.
Yeah.
They're like, really?
Yeah, you get some lines, throw them up to the top of your roof, and they'll be there by the end of the season.
And then you can make some beer.
And then you just let them
after.
down, and
So West End Well has their own beer.
They made it. Was just a small batch. Of course,
Okay.
that's the one thing with harvesting in a backyard. You don't get the volumes you need to
quite a bit
to
of
do
hops,
a
right?
Molson. But you can do a small batch. So they did a small batch. So that was a neat place.
They were also experimenting with our elderberries. I've got to nudge Sam to see what happened with that, and that's a little more undercover last year. Maybe
that
next
can be
year.
good.
Oh yeah,
I've had a beer in Burlington with a brewery called Magic Hat, and they put out an elderberry beer every
cool.
summer.
We do some work with
good.
Bose too, and they have some great brews there as well. Some of their gruits have all sorts of different interesting wild edibles and things like that in them.
Yeah.
We got their new brew that I grabbed the other day, Dunkel Buck, I want to say it's called.
Yeah.
It tastes quite fruity. Like it's got some. I don't know what it is. I didn't read the label.
So that's another thing. Like we've done some work with. We really like Bose. We work with some great local processing. So what we do have is distributed processing going on in the city, and it's a distributed network of processors, I guess, that we work with. So we have in the southern end of Ottawa sort of a Top Shelf Preserves. So Sarah at Top Shelf Preserves.
That's great stuff. Support buy that stuff. Yes,
great stuff. So when we're harvesting trees like Brewer Park, we just walk it down the street, like literally down the street a few blocks to her cannery, and she makes this delicious crabapple jelly out of it. And then trees closer to downtown here in this area, if we were harvesting here in this area, we're right now, I guess we're on in Centertown. We'd walk it over to Michael's, Michael Sutherland and Michael's Dolce Jam. And he has made some delicious elderberry syrup last year, sold it at the Ottawa Farmers Market, put Hidden Harvest right there on the label.
That's awesome.
And has been selling that at all of the places, or most of the places that he retails as well. So the Red Apron and a lot of other, and Seed to Sausage, places like that. And at Seed to Sausage, you can also find the Lower Town Cannery, and they're another one of our processors. Now they're over in sort of
in Lower Town.
Lower Town. Yeah.
Near
I
the
was
market.
trying to describe it. Yes. But yeah, so if we have
just celebrated their 1-year anniversary too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did celebrate
missed
their
that
1
on
year.
Monday night.
I did. That was a good party, I heard.
Did you? Oh, at Oz
I heard
Cafe.
it was a good party.
nice.
Yeah, Oz Cafe. It was
nice.
happening. But they're great. They're amazing. Unfortunately, we can't supply the bacon for their bacon jam because that stuff is delicious. But
their cranberry sauce. If you're going to buy cranberry sauce, go to Lower Town Canyon.
That's right.
And
And
get
they-
it at Farm Boy. Yeah.
They've surprised us with products too, like Michael's Dolce and Top Shelf make some delicious things for us, and Lower Town surprised us with a honey maple glaze, a maple cider glaze. So they took some of our apples, made them into cider, brought it down to a syrup,
Simmered it down,
and reduced it to a syrup, and then added to this delicious maple cider glaze.
Wow.
It's so good.
That's awesome.
And that's why we love working with these small batch canneries. They can do stuff like that. They can take, if we do a harvest and it's maybe only 100 pounds of apples, well, they can take 120, 50 pounds of apples and make it into something delicious.
That's the thing. It might be $1 or $2 more than your crap that you buy that's completely processed at the grocery store.
Yeah.
But it goes towards local people, goes towards the economy, the local economy.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
And it just tastes like you don't even need as much
gosh.
because and it'll last longer because it's so good and healthy for you.
The flavor's amazing and the story is awesome. Like if you're gonna
Yeah.
have people over,
That's
you want stuff that tells a story. Like Yeah, I think you can also get Lower Town stuff straight from them downstairs at La Pointe's, the restaurant there. The fish restaurant. That's they're operating out of that
so
kitchen, nice. And my understanding is they had a little shelf
right
there
on York
Solid Street. Yeah, right on York. Yeah.
That's right.
You could, as of last year, you can probably tweet at them and they respond pretty quickly.
They do. They're
fast.
Yeah.
Well, that will lead us into what exactly is Hidden Harvest and how did it start?
Yeah. Should I take us back, Jay? Okay. Well, a few years back, Jay and I met sort of with a group of folks collecting wild edibles around
Were
the
you guys
city.
both from Ottawa, first of all?
Jay's
Originally.
family goes back.
Yeah, you're a couple generations deep.
Yeah,
Right on.
7 generations back.
Oh,
And,
wow.
That's more than a couple.
Yeah, a small family farm here on Bank Street.
They
So
might have
just
planted
south
some
the
of these
city.
original trees.
I don't think they planted them. I think they probably fed the birds that flew to Ottawa.
There you
and
go.
took a dump and planted the trees.
Oh, goodness.
So yeah, I'm not going to get into the DNA analysis on that. So they go back, and then Katrina, you had just come to Ottawa, hadn't you? recently?
I'd been sort of school in Waterloo and then poking around, living in the wilderness and leading expeditions and stuff for a few years.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then came here for
leading
work.
wilderness expeditions?
Yeah, with Outward Bound.
Oh,
So,
wow.
paddling,
Oh, nice.
hiking, that type of thing.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
not so much for the paddling and the hiking. I mean, that's a really great side effect, and the dog sledding as well. But more for that experience and the personal development that happens through that. And not just for myself, but for all the participants. So anyway, so that was great. But I came here to work and learn from another organization that was doing cool things. The Otesha Project at that time, they were doing really pumping people up through their bike tours, and I wanted to learn about what they were doing right. People were coming out of there and all they were changing their lives and their lifestyle and becoming more sustainable and traveling in these small mobile communities. With the support they needed to make the changes in their life. So I was pretty pumped up about the Otesha Project. Came here and was exploring and being like, yeah, what grows here? What what can I eat? Because my budget is pretty low since I'm working for this tiny nonprofit.
Yeah.
What can I do to support myself? And so I was finding berries that first summer. I made like 8-berry jam. I found like blackberries and strawberries and boysenberries, and I simmered them all down into this killer jam that had no sugar, and
Awesome.
And just like, oh my god, the flavor was amazing. And then Jay and I met sort of through a group of friends that was harvesting these wild edibles, and we were going out and collecting black walnuts and processing those and cracking into them and being like, this tastes awesome.
Yeah.
And they're local and they're native. And we need more trees in this city, and we're pressing apples into cider and going like, again, mind blown from the flavor, but also that this is free and there's like way more out there than we can use as our friend group. So, Jay woke up one morning, we were at a friend's cottage, and he's like, hey, you want to start up a food rescue project in Ottawa? And I was like, yep.
Why not? Yeah.
So
awesome.
yeah, from that's sort of where we got started. We knew there was a need. We knew there was a huge opportunity, and other projects at that time around Ottawa weren't ready to take it on. So we had to start up something
awesome.
new, and Hidden Harvest was born because there's food hiding everywhere in plain
There
sight.
is. And I mean, some people from the city might think that sounds crazy, that you're just going around picking things. I grew up in the country, and I mean, that's what you do.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Like, we had asparagus that grew wild at our
Yeah.
house, which was awesome. And I mean, you have tons of wild stuff, right? Like picking wild garlic is huge in the country.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, that's just what you do, right?
Yeah.
Wild berries all over the place. You're walking, walk through the bush and you find things and you eat them. That's all there is to it. Like,
So how many
yeah.
years ago was that when you started?
Was that 2012 or 2011?
That was
2011.
2012. We started it up.
Yeah.
We met at this course that Martha Weber gave, so we have to give a shout out to Martha Weber back in 2011.
Yeah.
And Martha Weber's amazing. She's just like 89?
Oh, gosh,
Maybe
she's
she's
89
90 now.
now.
Maybe,
Yeah.
she's this old elderly lady out in Dunrobin. Her course is actually starting next week, so if anybody's interested in going out and
really?
learning more about the wild edibles here in our cities, sort of getting inspired like Katrina and I were, you can look her up on dandelionjam.com or .org. I don't know. Type in Dandelion Jam Dunrobin.
Can't be too
and you'll
many
get
of
Martha's.
them.
Yeah, if it's a 90-something-year-old woman's website.
It's like one evening a
page.
week,
Yeah, one
and you
evening
go
a week.
out and you learn about the things that are popping